The ESRB has rated Planet Zoo E10 Plus for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It has been approved for everyone aged 10 and over.
White-faced Saki.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the zoo. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm doing all right. So as you can see, we're doing another primate. This is the white-faced Saki. It's a South American monkey. I think this is the first South American primate we've been doing. It's the first South American primate that we've had to do. I'm going to put it over near the other primates. Let's see, this is the bonobo habitat. I left a couple of walls. Yeah, I made a couple of walls because I was like, oh, I got an idea. And I made a couple of walls. From scratch. Are you proud of me? I am. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this build. It's a primate build. They do not, these monkeys do not require anything close to the same amount of room that the apes do. So I'm not going to have to worry about, big areas. I am, however, going to flatten this out. Like so. Just to have a decent build area. Let me get rid of these ridges. Here we go. Smooth those bad boys out. Make it a lot more gradual than a cliff there. There we go. I'm returning to the original elevation of the zoo. So anyway, yeah, the Saki, white-faced Saki. It says 2 to 12, and I think I have like 8 of them. 8 of them need 280 square meters, 60 square meters of climbing. Their fence should be grade 1 climb proof, at least 3 meters tall. Well, we're going to start with an interior habitat. We're going to put them in a building. And that's where these walls come in. This is the first wall that I built. And I'm just going to put it right. Where am I going to put it? I don't know. Okay, that looks about right. So let's get it out here. We're gonna put it in this empty space, and as you can see, I've got the walls here. And I want to give room enough for paths. So I'm going to move it out here, and we're definitely going to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then we're going to sink this into the ground until about there. All right, let's see. And we're going to have 2 areas in this, or 3 areas in this building. The first one that I'm doing, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to build a door. But the first one that I'm doing is definitely going to be the staff area where the veterinarians and the keepers can come in. And I'll probably put a staff, a staff building there. Because, you know, that's what I do. Okay, 3 by 3 for the staff area. Yeah. All right. Got a nice call from my oldest son today. Just wanted to check up on me, see how he was doing, let me know how his job was going, how his life was going in general. He's turning out to be a damn fine adult, to be honest. He's winning at adulting, which is always a good thing. My oldest boy is 35, and boy, does that not make me mummify just a little, you know. Oh my God, I got a kid who's almost 40. Now, the thing is, it's like, I'm almost 60. I'm months away from being 60 years old. And when you're my age, having a kid who's almost 30, or not almost 30, but almost 40, is not completely out of the question. It's not a ridiculous thing. Okay, well, yeah, you've got a kid who's almost 40. Congratulations. You know, it's not a big deal. Except it's a big freaking deal. I don't care what you say. Because I've never been old enough to I've never been old enough to have a kid who was 40 before. But I do. I've got one now. And man, oh man, he's doing a good job at being an adult. He makes me proud every single day. And that's cool, you know? I cannot say often enough how proud I am of this young man and how good a job he is doing at just adulting, you know? He really is doing a great job of it. Okay. This is going to require a little surgery, I think. Yeah, I think this is going to work. All right. Let's take this one. Let's take this particular bamboo pole out just because it's looking a little busy there. And then we'll recolor this wall, this one, to match the surroundings. I think I did it the other way the first time. Yes. Okay, and that is there, and then that is there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and hey, while we're fixing things, let's do this. There we go. that, oh my God, look at that piece. Much better. Okay. And then we're going to move this out of the way to there and over here. Oh, hey, had somebody make an interesting suggestion. They suggested that since I have a naturally low voice, it's very, you know, he said, you've got that kind of voice. He said I should be making videos for which people can start sleeping. And I'm like, really? Interesting. I would not have thought of that, but okay. I forget what they call those. RSM? Is that what they're called? RSM videos where, you know, the person starts talking in a monotone and he's all very pleasant, but he doesn't raise his voice and it puts you to sleep because it's really kind of boring and, you know, things like that. And I was like, well, that's a funny idea, but I don't know if I can, you know, if I can actually do that because wow. But hey, it's a suggestion, right? All right, let's see. What do we need? Is that? Let's see if I can get the entire thing or if I have to do some more. Right, okay, you back off. I need a copy. There we go. How's that? Okay, then we can dump the door, which was basically there just for the coverage, because I'm putting in barriers here, and we'll use the barrier door. All right. Okay, what am I going to do about that? That little gap. You know what? I'm not going to do anything. What the hell? I don't care. Okay, now what we need is to then do this. Because this is going to be the interior portion of the habitat. Bring that around. But yeah, you know, and he said that, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, how about I just make an effort to speak more loudly and clearly? And yes, when I forget, I'm going to tend to go back to doing this. But because that's how I speak normally. My voice is normally very quiet, very low. You know, it's part of one of my problems. One of my medical problems means that I have to actually exert myself to speak loudly. And by exert myself, I mean I need to exert myself more than someone who doesn't have this problem would have. And it's, you know, it's just a respiratory problem, but it's, you know, it is a respiratory problem. Okay, let's get this in. We're going to get this in right there. Bring it over, bring it over. We're walking, we're walking, we're walking, and we're stopping. Okay, let's get in close so I can see where the rock is. Yeah, there. All right, and we'll bring that in just a touch. Perfecto. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My Malaysian leaf insects continue to die on a regular basis. Good thing they breed so quickly that I always have an endless supply. Kind of like the butterflies. Okay. One, two, three. You know what? No. Let's do this. Okay, let's pop that in there now so we don't have to worry about it. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over here and give myself 2 more. It's a tradition in this zoo to give the animals more room than they need. Well, I'm doing that. Okay. 1 and 2. 2. And then let's pull these walls back to the edge. Like so. All right, and we can dump that. All right, now, path. Add to grid. Oh, come on, you're not gonna let me grid? Oh, there we go. What the hell? Balcony? Why is that counting as an elevated path? I don't know, but we're gonna work with it. Curb on ground path is checked. That's why. Okay, curb on elevated also. Well, now it's not. We're gonna move this over to. Oh, okay, it's not gonna let me. All right, well that's okay. We'll just do double-sized, right? Because I do want to get double-sized paths here. Okay, that's 5, and this will be 6. All right. We'll add in the bamboo, make kind of an arch here because this is going to be the primary entrance through which the monkeys enter the interior portion of the habitat. Which, if you haven't figured out, is in here. All right, so what I need to do is I need to take one of these, that one, copy it. I'm going to move it out here. And over this way. Okay, now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of the wood. Get rid of the wood. Oh, the other thing I'm dealing with is I don't have a drink with me right now. So that naturally makes my voice extra dry sounding also. All right, and then we're gonna do that. Is that in? Is that in? I think it's in. Yes. Okay. All right, let's see if it carries over or if it doesn't. Yes! Success! 3. 4. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, one more. We'll go one more to give it 6 because I want these guys to have the maximum amount of freedom of movement and space. We may, we may end up combining. The wheel still has the white-faced capuchin monkey on it, so we may end up just adding that. If that comes up sometime, we will just add them to this habitat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, duh. I should probably do something about that, you think? Climbing disabled. That would have been bad. Yes. All right. La Shui is playing a game. That was the notification I just got. Yeah, we're only going to take it that high. We'll use this one. All right, and I've done that thing where I'm concentrating so hard on the work I'm doing that I'm not talking anymore, and I apologize about that. I'm very pleased with how this zoo's been coming. I'm very pleased with how it's working out. I think it's going to be great. I honestly do. I think this one is one that I'm going to be able to put up on the workshop and basically go, see, I did a thing. I have several blueprints on the workshop, but I don't have any zoos because I don't really think a lot of my zoos are good enough. And I know that that's imposter syndrome, you know, because I've had some of the best builders in the game tell me, oh yeah, no, your stuff is great, man. Don't sell yourself short. But, you know, everybody does it. I tell people, whatever you do, do not compare your builds to the builds of people like Caesar and Delay Designer and Rudy Rincamel, because those guys are just geniuses. And if you continually compare yourself to them, you're just going to get frustrated. But of course, guess what I do? You know, I'm like, why doesn't my stuff look, you know, I'm a pretty skilled builder. I'm not, you know, I'm not perfect, and I'll be honest, I'm lazy as shit. If I can take a shortcut, I'm going to take the shortcut. You guys know how many blueprints I rely on just because. But I acknowledge that those guys are great. Okay, now I did tinker with one other thing, and that's these over here. I didn't originally build them, but I tinkered with them. And so let's see if I can get them to work. I may not be able to. I may not be able to, he says in a whisper. But I expect I will. As long as I can, you know, stop talking in a whisper. Okay, get that on the corner. And then we'll just bring it right on back, right? I think this is going to look really good. I truly do. I think this is going to look really fantastic. Let me see how it aligns. I said, let me see how it aligns. Yeah, there. Okay, now. One, two, three, four, five, six. There we go. We got the corners in place. Now the other one was here. Let's turn off the angle snap for a second. Try to get this all nice and lined up. Okay, that's what I'm using to line up on. It's not going to be perfect, obviously. Okay. Angle snap on, please. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we back it on up. Line it up, back it up, get it in there. Okay. Then we'll do, whoops, you know what? Why am I picking it up when I can just do this? Right, okay. All the way around and back that bad boy up. Okay. Paul. Nope, that's not going to work. That doesn't work either. I knew what I'm looking for, but I don't think it's, I don't think this might work. Hold on. All right. Yeah, that'll work. Let's get the color. $85735E. 85735E. Perfect. Matches perfectly. Let me move this over a little. Try and get it centered since it's not going to be a perfect match. And what? I'm going to add one more thing. What was it, 85735E, if I remember correctly? No, I want this. Eight 5735E. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now we got to put a roof on the rest of it. That'll be a little more complicated because, well, it's more room. Angle snap. Okay, let's bring this bad boy out. That's 6. Line it all up. Whoop. Line it all up. There we go. We've been at this for a while. We haven't even introduced the animals to the habitat yet. But I don't mind. I really don't. I hope you don't mind either, because I like it when the builds are larger and more ambitious. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. It doesn't line up correctly. I think we have a straightness issue. An issue with the straightness. They're just not straight enough. I think we're going to have to just accept that this isn't going to be perfect and deal with it. Like so. Hold on a second, I'm dealing with an insect. All right. Never know, maybe this one will align better. Three and okay, and then after this, what we've got is this space here to cover. Well, I'm going to go back in And I think we're going to use... What are we going to use here? I think we're going to use these guys. Hold on, first we're going to do this. Okay, now we're going to use these guys. Now we are going to use these guys. Now we're going to use these guys. Speak loudly. I'm beginning to lose my voice is the problem. You know, I didn't get a drink and my voice is beginning to go all crackly. All right. I can't remember the code anymore. Oh, we'll just look it up. 85735E. Right, okay. Eight 5735E. Now, what am I going to do with this? You know what? I think, what I want to do is I want to, yeah, okay. All right, and we're just going to give them a straight, flat mesh roof. Like so. Okay. I love how it doesn't match up. It just doesn't, because hey, why not? And we keep the angle snap because it helps create more straight and precise paths. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make that path wide enough. And we'll just connect it from here. There. Blam. It works. Okay, so what we need is the animals. The white-faced Sakis, 4 males, 4 females. They are one of those animals that require... What do you mean? Oh, barriers. Duh. This game, which depends so much on attention to detail, can be so difficult for someone who's struggling with ADHD. Because you sit there and you go, okay, I think I've got it already. I think I've got it already. I think I've got it already. And you don't have it already because you forgot something basic. But it's such a fun game. Now this habitat is basically a big rectangle. I try to avoid big rectangles, but don't let anybody tell you that big rectangles are wrong. If what you're making is big rectangles, then so be it. You're making big rectangles. Don't be ashamed of your big rectangles. Don't let anybody tell you that your builds are insufficient. I had a guy do that to me once. He was like, you know, well, you obviously suck. You know, he goes like, you know, he's like, I sometimes take 9 hours to put my builds together. And I'm like, yeah, well, I think the longest I ever had was 2. And he goes, yeah, your habitats look like you only spend 2 hours on them. And I'm like, dude, kiss my ass. I'm having fun. Nobody out there in the YouTube viewers community has ever told me that I've sucked. You guys seem to like what I do. I hope I have good ideas. Okay. White faced, F-A-C-E-D, spell it correctly. Saki, S-A-K-I. Okay. And let's see, we are going to get a mechanic every month, a veterinarian every month, and a keeper every month. Now let's see about putting in their needed amenities. Habitat. Okay, species. Let's filter it out for the species, and it goes all the way to the bottom. And wild boar, white-faced Saki. Okay, let's turn off the blueprints. First thing, we need someplace for them to eat from. The arboreal feeding platform. I'm just gonna leave it on the ground because, you know, that putting it up somewhere that's all nice and fancy, but the honest truth is it makes the keeper's job much more difficult. And now they got water. Okay, let's see, the white-faced Saki. A foraging box. I got a selection of them here. I like them. And we're going to take the one from South America, which is this one, and make it a primary feature of this outdoor area. All right, so okay, that got that. Now we need, let's see, block of frozen fruit. We're going to put the block of frozen fruit right here. Oh, look, the monkeys are already in the habitat. And a fruit spike tree we'll put over here. The rolling feeder there. The suspended feeder back here. And let's see, toys. Block of ice. There. A cardboard box, because everybody loves cardboard boxes. There. Musical keyboard, because those things are just so cute. And a tennis ball. I'm going to put the tennis ball on the forager. Okay. Monkey climbing. Large animal climbing. Simple monkey climbing structure. It's big and it won't fit inside. Not the way it is. Yeah. Okay. Large animal climbing, large animal climbing, large animal climbing, large animal climbing. Singapore Gardens climbing frame. Set of 35 climbing elements. Let's look and see what these guys got. Okay. The first one that just jumps out at me is this one, so I'm going to grab it. And we're going to go in and just move it in. I don't mind I don't mind the intersection with the food. But we're going to keep most of the climbing in the interior area. Hi, I'm going to use you. Wait, that's all the climbing they need? Oh, no. Okay, here we go. I think we're going to add a couple of these. We're going to twin them like this. We'll put this here and then we'll just literally prop another one up right there. And then go to habitat and the bedding. We'll put some more bedding underneath. Like so. Whoops. You're not supposed to be like that. Let's come here. Okay. Let's come on down so you're actually touching the ground. There we go. Are you getting romantic, you two? Or, yeah, I think they're getting romantic. Or maybe they're fighting. I don't know. Okay, too much short grass. Not enough soil. Still not really enough soil. They really like their dirt. Okay, that'll do. Not nearly enough coverage. Okay, all right. I'm going to make extensive use of these plants that I've already put into their habitat. Tree fern, tree fern. Wherefore out art thou, tree fern? Okay. Still not enough coverage. 0% plants? Are they kidding me? Wow. Okay, Swiss cheese plant, small. I'm just kind of putting the plants down at random at this point. Okay, they're 100% happy even without the plants and such. So I think I'm just going to leave off and let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, oh, let it be. How else are they? Okay, yeah, the plants are an issue. They've got enough enrichment. They're not stressed. They're doing well. So yeah, let's work on the externals now. Info board. No power. All right. put in a solar generator here. That'll cover at least part of it. And of course it has no power either, because the solar generators, for all that they work, have the range of a rubber band gun. So let's go ahead and dump this. I'm going to do something a little more drastic, just a little. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a real generator. That's water treatment. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Now where am I going to put the, you know what, let's dump this one after all, and then where's the speaker point, this thing. I've gotten into the habit of not covering these educational talks. Okay, and it's going to be in April, and the music is tropical. White fist sake, yes. Okay, we got the plants, we got the plants, we got the plants. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add that, so we've got two ways to get to the sakis. Alright, so here we have our habitat for the white-faced saki. Let me know what you think. I think this has come out pretty good. It's pretty much exactly what I pictured. I mean, you know, some of the details are you know, things that I couldn't have anticipated. But for the most part, yeah, this works. I'm going to get this right so it's not peeking through the damn roof. There we go. All right. What do we need? What do we need? We need benches. We do. We need benches. Garbage cans. Because believe me, the guests in your zoo, if you don't put down benches and garbage cans, I always put them down in tandem, so it's like a bench and a pair of garbage cans. You don't necessarily have to if that's not your thing. I just find that to be an easy combination to make. But if you don't do it, you're going to be up to your eyeballs in litter within no time. So trust me, you want to get those benches down. All right, and of course we need the garbage cans. Okay, there. All right, you know, that looks great. Let me get rid of some of the blueprints that I used. There's so many pieces in this particular blueprint that I've got to delete it in chunks. Okay. Here's our Saki habitat. It works and it looks good. I like how it's going. I like how it's doing. I don't know what we're going to do in the next episode, but I'm sure it's going to be fun. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you have any suggestions, if you have any criticism, if you want to tell me your greatest heart's desire, please feel free to talk to me. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you in the next episode.
Can account for all the humans crashing into habitats and ravaging the planet we inhabit as if we can get a new one. There is a solution, you could be a part of it. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Nature was a haven, now we need saving. No more conversation, time for cultivation. We all got a part to do to help the world pull through, but you gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it. That planet to grab your shovel. There's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a zoo.